Hello everybody, I hope everybody's having a great day today. My plan today is to give you my version of a winter look. I want to do the cold girl makeup look, but this is not it. Today is just what I envision as, oh, it's winter, and as soon as they see me, so that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know why I'm short of breath today, but I do apologize if it sounds odd. But yeah, I am looking a little green right now because I'm trying to cover up some of the redness in my face, and I put on a little more than anticipated. I also want to try my e.l.f. again. I've only used it once, and I've seen people use it like they would put foundation on and then put foundation on. So that's why I don't have foundation on right yet, because I want to try this. It's dry, well, almost completely dry. I don't like the cold, wet feel of the wet sponge. I really don't. It's one of those oogie things. That's how my hubby describes it. It's oogie. It's really oogie. I'm wondering if this would be okay to wear in the summertime just alone like this. I guess that's why people put it on. I know that Shelby Wilson uses things like this as just, I'll call it foundation, as opposed to putting something on top of it. She uses the Lumi Glotion, and I think there are other products. And she lives in the south where it's perpetually warm. I'm trying to look at this at the same time. Sorry, I've been ignoring you. This actually just looks good. It's been so long since I tried the e.l.f. that I didn't remember. Okay, so I am going to put on my regular foundation, and no, I'm not mixing the double wear to make it match my skin tone a little bit more, because I think the e.l.f. will do that. Plus, I want to look a little lighter. That part of the making it look like the sun, the winter sun, is beating down on my face off of the snow, making my face look just a tad bit lighter. This is not something that happens very often to me, where I get this artsy image in my head. It's very rare actually, so I decided to just go with it. And the funny thing is, this came to me last night as I was going through my eyeshadows, because I want to do an eyeshadow declutter, and I was putting eyeshadow palettes aside, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I only used this last winter, or things like that. So even though I've got like 10 videos on my desk that are ready to be filmed, what do? Something new. I have powder at the ready. I may or may not put a little bit on. I've got my ZC powder. We shall see. I also have to do a video of my project pan for this year. I watched kellygooch's yesterday, and I like her new approach to it. She's doing it as a project number of uses as opposed to panning. So it will be an organic finishing of her product, which is a great idea. And she's gonna do them quarterly, which is pretty much what I did last year, but that was total laziness on my part. And it wasn't uses, it was just regular project pan, but did not keep up with the updates as well as I should have. And it's 1 o'clock right now, just to give you an idea as to how lazy I am. And lazy really is the wrong word. It's more, it's hard. It's so hard to get my butt out of bed. It really is. convey how it is. Part of it is depression because of the fact that moving hurts, breathing hurts, and it just reminded me right now that I forgot to take some medication. It's like you go, why am I hurting? Why is this hurting? The medication should be working. Oh yeah, I forgot to take it. What can you do when you live in a shoe? You get in front of a camera and you have fun with makeup and anxiously wait for your friends to comment. Knowing that I'm making friends is really outstanding. Okay, I'm going to do my face first. I don't want to use any of my Project Pan per se, even though some of it's been used. But I want a lighter bronzer, and I'm not doing a face anything without bronzer. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm using my Glowish in the color, whatever that color says. You guys will see it. I can't even see. Everything's blurry. Too much light. Okay, so let's try this a bit. Just a little bit. Just enough to say that I have sculpted. Which is, I mean, I could have used my Project Pan bronzer because it is quite light, my Marc Jacobs. But I've got other stuff I need to use too. And being able to do different things like this is a good excuse to try those things. Because otherwise I'm like, okay, it's going to become drudgery. And I don't want it to become like that. I need to use my makeup, and I love using my makeup, and this Glowish is beautiful, but it is lighter than my Marc Jacobs. It actually is, because my Marc Jacobs would have gotten a lot darker by now. Because this has that tinge of blue is why I wanted to wear it for my blush. And when we are cold outside, we get that hint of blue. I don't want to put a whole lot. Now the other thing that has a hint of blue to it is Hedwig. I needed an excuse to use Hedwig. So here we go. That eyeshadow palette number 5 from Natasha Denona. Now I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but I am going to start with this color, and it's going to be pigmented, so very, very gently. This is making me want to go to Winterlude in February. Not gonna happen. I've been there enough. Winterlude is, we have, I believe, you can probably Google it, but I believe we have the longest skating rink in the world here in Ottawa. We call it the Canal. And every winter we have what we call Winterlude or Waterlude, depending. And they have events on the canal because there is an area in the canal which is massive and people go there all the time. And they also have events throughout the area, the valley, as it were, because we are the Ottawa Valley. And people come from all over the world, apparently, just for our Winterlude. Say that I have been lucky enough to have gone there, even as a kid. So if any of my friends decide to come to Ottawa for Winterlude, let me know, and we can get together for coffee or a serious chat fest. See, I do it again. I did it again. I cannot seem to do this side. This one looks gorgeous. Maybe a little too far in, but this side just, it just won't cut it. It's gonna have to do. And yes, we got more fallout. I'd start singing the song, but I'd get demonetized. We know which song. I'm blue. That's it. I'm gonna see what happens with putting a little bit of this powder on. And I'm gonna use the puff. Cameras, I'm telling you, the battery life. Uh-oh. I'm trying to cover up the blue, and in the process, if the camera dies, I will come back with mascara on. And all of that wonderful stuff. Okay, I don't have anything underneath my eyes yet, and I do not like that. Okay, Bridget, hurry up. Here I am. My version of the cold winter girl look. I shall rephrase. This is my version of a winter look, not the cold girl look. They didn't, no cold girl look here. Just chilly winter. That's it, just chilly winter. This is my version of it. And I am wearing Patrick Ta. And if you think my lips are a little blue, that's because they are. I took the shimmer a little tiny bit and just dabbed it on the lips after I put my Charlotte Tilbury down. So this is what I believe is a good winter look. The reason I did this is because I have been looking online for a winter look. You see spring and summer looks. You don't see a spring look. You see spring and summer look. You see fall looks, and you see, okay, so fall, spring and summer. I want to see winter and spring, not just spring and summer and fall. I couldn't find anything. Everything I found was no makeup looks. And yeah, I don't want that. I want, well, you guys know me. More is more, shimmer is life. That's pretty much it, which is why I use this. Which is surprising that I put this under my brow bone and in my inner corner. Let's tone it down a little bit. But here we go. My version of the winter look. Now I gotta do a cold girl look, but I can't tell. All because I essentially went a whole month without putting makeup on. I've only got myself to blame. So What am I going to do now? I don't know. I should do my palettes. I should do so much. Send help. Thank you everybody once again for coming to visit with me. Please leave me a comment, like my video, and subscribe to my channel. A bientôt!